this opportunity and have this experience to get that download, to get that understanding, and maybe possibly, you know, at least get 1 or 2 in on the set and take it the distance. But that's going to be very, very difficult against Kyna here as we open up a game number 1, and we're going to be able to find out for ourselves. Of course, Anime is locked in on that Onyx. Kyna, of course, with the Roman Reigns, ready to get in there with that hammer and get some good damage going. But Anime going toe-to-toe here so far as they're just kind of exchanging 1-2s here in neutral.
That's right, Anime just occupying the ground. Do you see how afraid he was of a falling hammer side? That he was just backing up, giving up stage. And that is the tell that Kyna needs. He said, okay, you know, to be afraid of Sidon, you're going to give me the entire stage? I have a good idea of how I want to land on you now.
Exactly. Very interested to see how...
Yep, look at it. Guess what? Kyna has center stage, purely by threatening with his jump.
That's not a good sign here. We're only 50 seconds into game number 1, and Anime is literally running away right now.
He's running away, but he found that opening with the neutral. No big hit past that point. He's opting to play a little bit slower right now, just playing a little bit more floaty. Kyna is the one that is now occupying the ground. And now we're seeing all of those neutralers come out into fruition. The GC D-Light didn't come out. The side light recovery came out, not enough to KO. Oh no! That was supposed to be the D-Light neutraler, and Anime misinputted with the N-Light.
He did misinput it. I do respect the fact that he is trying to do everything he can to try and keep Kyna mixed up, to try and be as patient as possible, fish out his perfect openings to not get punished from those devastating reversals from Kyna reaching up. Kyna did not pull the trigger, did not go for it. And Anime goes ahead, confirms his first stock, and carves himself out a very itty-bitty lead.
I think it goes a little too harsh on Anime in the beginning, right? We talked about, like, well, rather, I talked about how much space he was giving up. Now Kyna comes in, gets that D-Light into the side of it, but honestly, he was just sort of feeling out Kyna. He was respecting his space, and he was just making sure he was not getting hit by any falling siders. That being said, oh my gosh, the neutral recovery, that already puts Anime into the yellow.
Kind of just goes for things that like nobody else would ever think of going for.
That was aggressive. He had no jumps. He chase dodged up, wanted that neutral, and by God, he got it.
He's chasing down Anime. Okay, nice come back to the side light, but there we go. Stomp Sair from Kyna, gonna take Anime off stage.
Ooh, nice drift from Anime, just barely avoiding that D-Light. Able to get that D-Light into the ground pound as well. Kyna making it back on. Anime giving up a little bit of space, and now he's mixed up his tempo. Dashed in, got that N-Light, looking for the falling neutral. Unsuccessfully though, the hitbox on that landing can be a little bit wonky. Kyna punished it. Ooh, I can't believe that hit.
That Sair was devious off that soft platform. I actually have to agree. That hitbox is a little wonky. Anime bring him back down to stage.
D-Light wrong direction. Oh no.
I know, he tried to take him back off stage, but did take him the wrong direction. Kind of just, he was searching for that Stomp Sair. He's like, you know what, you're not going to give it to me? Really, all I need is a Sair. So going to go ahead and take him out with that and take that lead back from Anime.
I feel like the way that Anime is playing right now, he is so susceptible to a dash and D-Light from Kyna's axe. Like the way that he is jumping, the way that he is sort of floating just above him, that'll be such a good way to be able to catch that landing. That being said, Anime does even out the stock count 1-1 on this first game. Let's see how it happens.
Yeah, it's going to come down to the very, very end of this game. We're already about halfway through. We're 3 minutes, 30 seconds in this opening game. Kyna, though, put the pressure on, hit him again. Anime's going to have a real hard time coming back from that. Oh, no, Kyna gives the space to come back up on stage. Anime going over to the right, gets a string, goes down with the ground pound, couldn't find it, but Kyna stops. Sair does not confirm. He continues to fish out the side, and the Nair's still not going to be enough.
Not going to be enough. Anime, though, picking up the gauntlets, looking for the jump call out with the neutral, who doesn't actually find it, gets the recovery jump call out. Another neutral, wanted to get out there for the ground pound, but you put yourself off stage. Kyna, do you take advantage of this? Yes, you do, but Onyx, just enough defense to keep yourself alive, to keep yourself in the game. The N-Light comes out. You see the, the little smoke, but, maybe a little bit.
I don't know. Anime was definitely, had the mental to slow that pace down so much and force Kyna to chase him around and open himself up for attacks, and was able to get in there and rack up some of that good damage. We're seeing here already, though, in game number 2, both players being quite a bit more aggressive here in the opening seconds.
Especially Anime. Anime before he was playing bad, giving up a lot of space, but oh no, that recovery gets stuffed out by the side. Kyna looking for that D-Light, misses the follow-up from the side light on Anime's behalf. Okay, D-Light side, nasty angle to be sent at. Kyna occupying the stage, occupying the weapon. D-Light side comes comes out, weapon toss forces the angle, and Kyna has no follow-up past that. Picks up the weapon, but gets the axe down in time.
He's going to chase him off. No, he's going to come back and give Kyna the space. Oh, no. Okay, he did get Kyna in the lane, but go ahead and take him right back off. And we're seeing, just like in game number 1, this first stock is so close, Dara.
Unfortunately, Kyna's weapon toss went a little bit too far to the left. I think ideally he would have wanted that straight down angle, but then his momentum was a little bit off. So now, that being said, they're both just looking for any way to be able to hit each other. Anime takes the first stock once again.
And like I said, exactly what we saw in game number 1. Kyna was searching for that weapon. Anime could not get up there to keep him off of it. And now we have Kyna in this axe in which was an edge guard position.
So here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
It's really difficult playing axe sometimes. It's specifically, everybody's like, oh, axe does so much damage. It's so easy to KO with axe. Low key, those options, they're a little predictable. When you're worried about Enlight and falling cider and then, oh no, my jump got called out by recovery. It's very specific space that you're worried about, and as a result, actually getting into the right position to connect that against your opponent. I'm an axe player, by the way.
Okay.
Getting into the right position can be difficult sometimes. Okay, it's not as easy as you would think. It's not easy being us.
It's not easy being us.
I think I'm just bad. I think that's what's going on here.
Anime with the weapon throw off stage, Kyna now in that power position, gonna go up in the air, hit him with the nair. Once again, come back on stage, but now Anime taking back control of the momentum. Kyna D-air. Anime with the weapon throw, keeping the momentum going. Here we go, send him off. That's a lot of force off of that cannon. Oh no, Kyna saw it coming, getting the reversal, gonna find him back unarmed. Oh, turned around, very nice. Still not going for that weapon drop, by the way. Kyna continuing to fight armed. And
oh my gosh.
Anime got the weapon. Kyna actually, he didn't even take any damage during any of that. He was just straight scrapping with Anime.
That's right. He locked it. He now gets in there, gets that Enlight as well. Looking for the neutral, nice and non-committal, just able to fade back, get back onto the stage. That's that D-Light punish on the landing. Anime, how do you pick up this weapon? The answer is Kyna just dashes through you, gets that Enlight, forces out a jump. I don't think you can make it. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, grounded recovery off the unarmed. That ain't too bad. That's an option. A lot of force, too, to take him up to the top of Demon Island like that. Anime still holding on to this very slight lead, coming down into the last stock. This is super impressive. We should have talked so much smack at the beginning, Dara. Why did we do that?
Yeah, that's right. Anime is proving us wrong actively. Right. But also, Kyna is really struggling to KO. Anime with the GC and Sig as well. Kyna using up all of his jumps to be able to land. Chase dodging up just to reposition himself. Anime is kind of mixing Kyna right now.
Yeah, no, this is a really good position he's in. He's just now being sent onto his final stock, and Kyna's an orange. Like, this is actually kind of wild. Kyna
against Onyx? Yikes.
Yeah, he needs to do everything he can. He needed to keep Anime off of that weapon drop, but Anime continuing to be allowed to put out more unanswered damage onto Kyna, onto this final stock. Anime's about to tie this set up, Dara.
He's playing floater, he's waiting for Kyna to whiff something, and then he takes that as the opportunity to punish. Hammer and Light, that is not a move that you want to be typically punishing because of how little end lag it does end up having. Kyna looking through the jump call out with the downer. Anime has opted to play a little bit more grounded. I'm going to say it, Kyna's kind of getting outplayed until he finally gets that.
Right. Oh, but no, the ground pound's going to go in and connect. I think Anime is actually, he is going to confirm this. Oh, no. Wait a second. No, Kyna's got him on the edge now.
That was the scariest dodge out I've ever seen in my life. Is that going to be enough? Yes, it will be. Anime going to be taking out game number 2.
Okay, we got a set. That is, I really expected after that game number 1 for Kyna to be able to make that adjustment, come in and just kind of take it over. I'm actually super impressed that Anime was able to go ahead and tie this up. I think he keeps playing like that. We can go the distance.
So I feel like the best way to describe what happened here was Anime game 1, he was giving up space. Game 2, he was on top of Kyna. That was a much more aggressive game.
Much more aggressive. And I really, I said at the beginning of the set that I didn't think that play style would work, but it actually paid off in spades for him as we stay on same legends, we stay on the same map.
Imagine this timeline, by the way. Imagine the timeline that this happens.
No, because I don't want to think about it, because if it does happen, I'm going to pop off.
Do you understand how many channel points, how many predictions, how wrong everybody will collectively be? Oh, gosh.
It would be an absolute shambles.
That's right. But at the moment, Kyna fans eating because Anime is off stage and looking for a nice way to be able to get back on. Nice catch on that landing. Kyna backed off. Okay, nice little side O. That is the opening that Anime needs to get back on. Whiffs that down O. Kyna still able to punish that dodge. I cannot believe Hammer's side O is that active.
Yeah, no, that was actually a really good option, going for the Sayer, not just going for the scoop. He didn't have the range. Being able to have that, being able to recognize the fact that you don't have that range. Very well played, and he's got himself a pretty good lead here at the beginning. It's not like we saw in the last 2 games where Anime was able to take that advantage at the beginning.
Gets that neutrally the weapon toss to be able to stuff out the recovery too. Anime, the amazing edge guard. And now, all of a sudden, honestly, this damage differential, quite negligible. That's one end light, that's a neutrally, that's a downer as well. Backing off, weapon toss, pick up a cannon, whiffs that end light, kind of finally able to stop the bleeding. This has been so back and forth.
Anime is cooking right now, and Kyna cannot get on a weapon.
Wow, cooking Anime like Dungeon Meshi. I've never seen it.
I am in awe right now of what I am watching on the screen. Is Anime doing a great job trying to bait him out, not let Kyna get hold of him with the signature. Gonna see Kyna come down with the ground pound. Oh my goodness, Anime needs to chill out, bro.
Okay, that's that D-Light side, kind of backing off a little bit. Oh, just keeps on looking to catch all of these landings. Anime is just the one that is just hopping over and over again. He found the down, and he's looking through the neutral. He whiffs that end light and kind of finds that punish. The neutral was a little bit too low to the ground. Kyna is doing this thing, which is, hey, I just whiffed my no end lag option. I'm going to mash D-Light after every single end light.
Anime floating back up on stage. Kyna trying to fish on the ground for those stomp Sayers, trying to get that knockout. I mean, I think, honestly, as well, we got kind of wide sides on Newton Island. Sayer might not get it done itself, but there we go. Anime going to go ahead and finish that off, send him down to that bottom corner. And now, as long as he can get some good extra credit on the second stock and not let Kyna get that stomp Sayer. Oh, no, okay, now we got the axe in hand. This could be a little more difficult for Anime to be able to get that extra credit as kind of chasing.
He's running away. He saw how scary it was. I mean, he is giving the proper respect to Hammer falling side.
Yeah.
And the fact that Kyna's not able to get away with that on him, I mean, honestly, is phenomenal for Anime.
Yeah, I actually can't agree more. I'm not very often at a loss for words, but I'm just, as a fan of this game and these players, sometimes things like this just...
Anime! Relax!
No!
Anime! What?
Whoa.
Anime!
Dara!
This isn't it!
Dara!
Anime!
Dara!
What?
He's up 2-1. Anime is 1 game away from sending Kyna to the loser's bracket.
This shouldn't happen.
No.
There's no
where is this
math.
timeline? They literally are writing the script back there. I believe it now. This can't be real life.
Okay. I just need to understand how good Anime's advantage state was. Well, like, I forgot about... there was so many specific sequences in that last advantage state that ended up leading into the stock. But where he, like, caught him dodging in with that recovery, he went back in with the neutral, the downer. That was nuts.
No, he worked in that last game. He absolutely did.
He clocked into his 9-to-5. Who'd thought an employed Brawlhalla player never would have imagined it.
Okay, Kyna. Okay, Anime. You've done your job. You got me and Dara on the edge of our seats now.
That's right.
How is this going to go down? Is Anime going to go ahead and send Kyna down? Or are we going to go to a game number 5? I'm here for either one, honestly.
Yeah, listen, I am happy to see either timeline come into fruition, but at the moment, I am cheering for the underdog. Let's see what Anime is able to make happen. D-Light, side light. Okay, just looking for this landing once again. Kyna not able to overshoot that D-Light. Gets that falling sider, gets that recovery as well. Anime missing that downer, Kyna. So I feel like, oh, hold on. I feel like there is something in Brawlhalla. People switch between 2 states, which is when somebody's landing on you, you either decide to stay in place or you try to dash. I feel like a lot of falling downers in this game, they're purely diagonal, and so that is oftentimes where you'd want to stay in place. Look what Kyna's doing. He dashed out, he spaced it out, and he was able to get the whip punish. Only in the yellow, this is the biggest lead that Kyna has had thus far.
And he needs it more than he's needed it this entire set, that's for sure. Catching the landing on Anime finally being able to put those gauntlets back on those hands and go back to work. Ooh,
pivot down
narrowed it down there. That was clean.
Yeah, I love that pivot downer. Who just gave him just enough momentum to the right side to be able to catch Kyna dodging in. He's dashing on the ground. He gets the D-Light side out. Anime is being so patient in finding this next opening, but now Kyna is preemptively jumped down. He has caught onto Anime's movement. Anime, time to mix it up. How do we move different?
Right, I mean, you already figure out one thing that works against Kyna, and now you got to try and come up with something else on the fly. I couldn't imagine. what a Sayer to get back up on stage. Gave him all the room he could possibly need to get back up there. Anime jumping around. Okay, nice dare into a nair to go ahead and send him up to the stratosphere. And now we're tied up. Anime really needs to buckle down and right now dig away at that damage deficit. And that was, oh no, Kyna with a great dodge. That could have been ugly for him.
So how do you make up this damage? The D-Light side light, oh no, I don't think that was intentional. Finally, the D-Light side does come into effect and Kyna has this massive stock lead at this point. This game, for Anime to be able to win it, I mean, it looks somewhat insurmountable, but we'll just see what he has in store.
Yeah, no, it almost looks like a go next situation for Anime. He is down a whole stock against Kyna.
Opted for the reset, wanted to go back on stage, did not want to risk the edge guard at that point. Looking for the falling neutral, ended up misspacing it. Kyna also misspacing it. Dare I say, a little bit of mutual spaghetti.
Yeah, that was a very rare misinput.
From both
Yeah,
players.
from both, exactly. Anime's doing a pretty good job here if he can just...
Okay, sure, crosses him up, it gets that end light anyways, no harm, no foul. Just keeps on looking for these landings, and Kyna has caught onto a lot of Anime's timing. That's already 2 times that he's caught up with the same exact D-Light, and you do not want to go blow for blow with Hammer.
No, especially when it is Terrace holding onto that hammer for sure. Anime going to easily come back up on stage. The movement is insane. He is definitely dashing everywhere, trying to keep Kyna guessing. And for the most part, he really has been kind of whiffing a lot of those D-lights, trying to get those stomps, trying to set it up.
Why is Anime so allergic to just dashing off the ground right now?
I don't know, but he's being sent all the way up to the sky, and it looks like lights out for Anime in game number 4. But you know what? I'm okay with it because we get game number 5 in this incredibly hype set.
So what ended up happening was, man, Anime was jumping a lot and Kyna caught onto his timing in 2 ways with Hammer on hand. The first was he was finding a lot of different D-lights. Kyna kept landing into him the same way. He found a lot of those D-lights. And then also he started to catch those jumps, although that was a little bit closer to stock 1 and stock 2 with a lot of down air callouts. So Anime, the adjustment here would be not to just exclusively play grounded, but figure out, hey, how can I at least mix up the way that I'm landing? How can I mix up the way that I'm approaching? Kyna seemed so comfortable that game. Before, it felt like the way that Anime was jumping in, he was the one dictating the pace. He was the one that made Kyna feel afraid of being on the ground, and he kept finding a lot of landing gauntlet down airs. He whiffed so many gauntlet neutral airs on the way back down. He whiffed so many cannon down airs as well. Kyna did not feel pressured. So Anime with the color palette swap.
Hey, sometimes that is all you need, Dara. We have seen it happen time and time and time again in Brawlhalla, where sometimes just that drip swap is all you need to make things right again. Seeing so far, we're just going to break into some nice neutral as Kyna is going to chase him off stage. Anime get in the power position over there, could not get the final punish off of that. I'm sure he wanted to extend it just a little bit longer. Kyna not going to go up and chase him off that soft platform.
Nice down air. Yeah, I feel like Kyna has been consistently dashing in towards Anime, and so we're seeing a couple of punishes. There it is again, Kyna backing off, able to get that end light catch on the landing. Recovery does not actually come out, but Anime not in a position to punish it. End light backing off. Anime is not following through. Anime is not dashing in anymore after this hits. He keeps dashing back, or dodging back for a reset, and Kyna's, as a result, has been able to consistently reset neutral.
Nice nair from Kyna, sending Anime all the way up to the sky. Stomp Sayer, that's going to confirm that stock all day long. And Kyna is starting to extend this lead that we saw him do last game.
This is game 5. This is winner side in Fama Anime. I really want this game. I want to be able to get that win over Kyna. I want to push myself further in this bracket. Okay, sidelight, neutral, and then he put himself back onto the stage. Quickly switch it up with the ground pound. Get out, leave, goodbye, get back onto the stage. Anime, good thing that you got that stock, because that would have been tragic.
If he would have gone down that far and got trapped in that, I would have literally cried for him. That would have been so unfortunate. But just like that, we see Anime doing a really good job bringing this health deficit back, but kind of get a little better of it now as he's starting to...
Oh, that platform movement was a little bit crispy. Nice job, Anime. That just looked kind of cool.
Scott is trying to get him in to confirm the second stock. A nice snare coming back up on stage. Anime dancing around. kind of going to catch him. That Sarah at the end of that is going to go ahead and confirm, and just like that, kind of is a stock away from sending Anime down to elimination side.
Yeah, despite the fact that he evened it up with an early edge code, Kyna has completely brought it back to a massive lead of his own. Anime, how do you go toe-to-toe with Kyna here, excuse me? How do you make this happen? At the moment, looking for the call-out with the side A, not high enough for it to be able to connect. The down air comes out, the neutral air misses. Anime gets that side light, he backs up a little bit, he doesn't find the next hit afterwards. It does not feel like Anime has been able to get mass follow-ups up until now.
Yeah, that was a good little three-piece there. Need a little more extension. There we go. Okay, D-Light in the stair, looking for another one. That is so risky.
He
going
wants
down
that
there
neutral
against
so
Hammer.
bad.
Oh man, going down against Hammer, that is super. Going down there against Kyna's Hammer is super scary. The Anime having to take those risks, having to push the boundaries just a little bit further, trying to get something going here to be able to confirm the stock on Kyna and possibly bring the set back. Oh, Kyna though catching that landing.
You need this KO and Gauntlet. I mean, KOing with Gauntlet can be a little bit tricky sometimes. You have that 50-50 off of side light. Now you have Cannon on hand. You want that D light, you want that N light, you want to be able to set up that edge guard, and Kyna is not having any of it. The N light does end up coming out. Anime needs to find a way to get back onto the stage. The D light ends up covering it. Okay, that's one N light. Slide off N-Sig does not KO. Neither does the neutral air. Oh no, Anime is defeated.
That was a hell of a set. He should be so proud of himself. That was so good. That was so good. Going toe-to-toe with literally considered one of the best players on the entire planet and taking it to Game 5.
That's right.
That was insane.
At the end of it, during Game 5, I mean, Kyna did not feel very threatened. Kyna did not feel very pressured. It felt